And it looks like we are live. So hello and welcome everybody to the 29-minute Hangout here on Tuesday in July of 2015. This is awesome. We have a real special guest tonight. And because we only have 29 minutes as usual, we're going to make this introduction kind of short, but I want to bring on a special guest from Canada, and another fellow restaurateur. And so, Katrina, do you have any quick notes for everybody, just to let people know what to look forward to and what they should do as we get started here, and then we'll do our introduction.
Yeah, guys, so welcome to the 29-minute Hangout. Chef Doug, I'm always excited to have you as our co-host on this 29-minute Hangout, and super excited for our special guest today. For those that are watching, this is a live participation interview process. So with our guests, you guys are allowed to interact, ask questions. There is a Q&A button on the side of your screen. By all means, the more questions you ask, the better it is, and if we can stump our guest, it's even better. But this is your opportunity to really be able to ask the questions that maybe you've been sitting on the sidelines wondering how people are building their business. And that's the whole purpose of the 29-minute Hangout. It is to bring to you some of the top leaders and up-and-coming leaders in the internet and marketing world and give you exposure to them so you guys can ask questions, build relationships, and get to know them better. So super, super excited for our guest. Doug, are you going to introduce him today?
Yeah, I'll be happy to. I mean, Sebastian Assaf. Is that Assaf? Okay. Sebastian Assaf is kind of a new friend of mine, a new acquaintance. I met Sebastian at a live event, a marketing event that we went to recently in Las Vegas, and he really struck me as somebody who's real up-and-coming, a real leader in the internet marketing arena. And Sebastian lives in Canada, and we started talking about the fact that we had both been in the restaurant business and got into this internet marketing. And so, Sebastian, I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to introduce you, other than I'd like to have you maybe introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your story and how you got into internet marketing.
Cool. Yeah. So, like you said, I've been in the restaurant business for a while because of my father. My father, he owned restaurants growing up, so I'd always watch him how he was doing things. I think I was as young as 16 years old. He started plugging me on the personal development stuff like Tony Robbins, and I mean I wasn't too into it at the time. I was more interested in chasing girls, but I eventually I caught on to some things, and I remember there was a time where I decided to he was opening a new restaurant, and so I said that I was going to go and kind of get some experience to help him open this new restaurant. And I remember I said, okay, I'm gonna work at this steakhouse called Baton Rouge, which is a chain steakhouse up here in Canada. There's a lot of them. And I said I was going to learn their system and kind of plug in and just kind of absorb information and use that to help him open this next restaurant, right? This next venture. And I also told myself, I said, hey, this is like a classy steakhouse. I'm probably going to meet someone who's going to be like a really smart businessman, and I'm going to impress him by serving him really well, and he's going to introduce me to his business, and I'll have business ventures coming up. And so that actually happened. It just didn't happen exactly how I thought it would happen. I met this guy who was not much older than I was, eating with his girlfriend, not spending a lot of money, dressed in a t-shirt. He had a cap on backwards, and he ended up, long story short, recruiting me into his network marketing business, to which I spent the next 2 years trying to build out, and I got results, but I was banging my head. I was doing everything that I was told to do. I called all my friends, all my family, several times, repeatedly. So they'd say no, and of course you can't take no for an answer, so you go back and you ask them again, Auntie Sarah, why won't you buy this from me? You love me. So it didn't really, I wasn't really enjoying it. And after a couple of years, I mean, I was dedicated, but I didn't enjoy building that way, and I knew I needed to figure out new ways to market. And so that's when I started looking online to find ways to promote my business, to recruit potential representatives, and to sell more of my products or services.
Great. And so, what happened then? I mean, how did you how did you start looking on the internet, and yeah, take us through what happened next, and what brought you to where you are today?
Well, not many people know this, but I had from the company that I was the part of, the network marketing company, I had a product in my dad's restaurant that he opened. He ended up opening this restaurant, so I had it right on the counter. So as you would walk in the door of the restaurant, if you looked on the counter, there was my product on display. And so I thought, that's going to get, so many people interested, and I'm going to get, I didn't even know what a lead was, but I'm going to get people interested in my business, or leads, right? And so I remember someone walked in, and he was not really the most professional-looking person, but he noticed it, and he actually started talking to me and started telling me, to look at this system. And it was an online system that actually, I mean, it's a credible system, but at the time, the way that he was talking about it, he was saying, man, people are using this to do what you're looking to do. They're making $1 million a minute, so check it out. So, and then that was it. And so he just kind of like gave me a link, and I never heard from him again. But he piqued my interest, right? And so I thought to myself, if people can do this online, then there must be a way. So I started going down the rabbit hole and looking at a lot of different courses and just trying to figure it out all on my own. And, reading these types of strategies, or learning from this person, or getting on this email list. And so it was kind of like a mess for at least a year or two of just trying to figure this whole internet thing out. And I mean, we both know it always changes, right? So as soon as I would learn a strategy, it would become out of date, so I'd try to learn another one. And so I was pretty lost for a good couple years online trying to figure it all out.
Sure. And so what changed for you?
What changed? Like Elite Marketing Pro.
Okay, so you found a marketing system that
I should really
works.
say what changed for me was no excuses. No excuses. Okay. No excuses. 5, not the one that we got the pleasure of meeting at, but the other. I was actually at No Excuses 5, and so at that event, I didn't even attend the whole event, but I attended enough to meet the right people that I needed to meet to get the right type of coaching and mentorship, and from there I understood how not to try to learn a million different strategies, but to kind of just focus in on a couple and get good at them and start producing results with them. And so from there I started actually generating leads consistently, and for the first time generating sales consistently too. And so that was a big thing for me.
Right, great. So it was going to a live event where you could actually interact and mastermind with experts and other people in the field that are getting results, and that then allowed you to to pick a specific strategy and follow that, or one or two things that kind of I guess fit together. So what is the marketing strategy that's your preference at this point?
What I use the most is Facebook pay-per-click. So
okay.
I do Facebook pay-per-click advertising is probably the what I do the most consistently. I'm diving more into pay-per-view advertising now because of a lot of the things that I picked up from No Excuses and talking with guys like Matt Barron, and it's something that I'm starting to venture off into a little bit more, and I've gotten some leads from that, but I'm not super comfortable with it yet. Facebook pay-per-click is probably where I'm the most comfortable. Right. That's the go-to traffic source.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're doing paid marketing. Have you done any free strategies in terms of generating leads online? I mean, when you first got started, you're probably, like you said, you were all over the board.
Yeah, so when I first got started, I was all over the board. I tried some free stuff, like putting up like 2, maybe 3 YouTube videos and hoping that they would work, or like I attempted blogging for like, I put 3 or 4 posts, and then I moved on to a different strategy. So
Right.
I did try some free strategies, but not consistently enough to start getting results with them. So
Sure.
the paid strategies I enjoy right now, just because of the fact that when I was getting started, I wanted to see some results, and I find that the paid strategies can get you those results a little bit faster. I think you have to be a little bit more patient with the free strategies, such as blogging or doing YouTube videos, or I mean, there's other free strategies as well, depending on what you're looking to do. There's free strategies on Facebook. You don't necessarily need to do paid advertising on Facebook, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it really comes down to, in most cases, you can either spend your time or you can spend your money.
Right.
And so when you do some paid marketing, it can save you a lot of time. If you don't have a budget and you have a lot of time, then that's what you got to do. You got to use your time to get the results. So,
Right.
So that's great. So with using Facebook marketing, what have you seen are some of the things that, what tips do you have for people today if they're looking at doing marketing on Facebook that maybe are different than the way things were a year ago?
Facebook, I think the biggest frustration a lot of people have is like the fear of getting their account shut down. I've gotten warnings from Facebook. I've never gotten my account shut down on Facebook. I've gotten my account shut down on Twitter. That happened pretty fast. I haven't gone back yet. I'll probably go back eventually. But no, Facebook, I've gotten warnings. I've gotten ads shut down. But I never actually got shut out. And I kind of just kept going and understood that, Facebook is one of those networks that, I mean, everybody knows Facebook. Like, I don't know a certain person who's never heard of Facebook. It's so big that I think it's very sophisticated, and you kind of need, if you want to spend your time and energy there, you kind of need to invest a little bit of time and energy in understanding their policies and procedures, understanding the kind of general direction that Facebook wants to go with their advertising. That being, wanting to be very content-based, stuff that they don't like, what does Facebook not like, and what does Facebook not allow at all, which are terms like home business or make money. If you're trying to promote stuff like that on Facebook, well, then you're going to get shut down pretty quick. And then there's like little subtleties, right, that you want to know about Facebook also, like their ad images. You can't have more than 20% text. So little things like that will, if you just take the time to learn that stuff before getting in. Obviously, though, you don't want to get bogged down either with learning it all before you want to get started. But take the time to read their policies and procedures and invest a little bit of time researching.
Yeah. So, I guess what I'm hearing you say is that there's a lot of value into finding somebody who can kind of show you the way. Somebody who can be a mentor or a coach or whatever, who can save you a ton of time rather than just jump in with both feet and do all the things that are wrong.
Yeah.
Talk to somebody first who's been through that, and they can tell you, here's the things you definitely should avoid, and here's the things that are kind of, you can try it, but be careful, and here's the things you don't have to worry about. Just do this, that type of thing. So that's great.
Yeah.
So no, that's great. So I've been asking most of the questions up to this point. Katrina, you always have some that you've been, have percolating in the background. So what questions do you have for Sebastian at this point?
You talked about, you are in network marketing. Are you still in network marketing? Are you still promoting an MLM business?
No, actually, I'm not. Not that I'm not open to the idea. I've just been focused. I've been focused on creating an online presence. I've been focused on building out my affiliate business with Elite Marketing Pro, which generates revenue on its own. I mean, it doesn't have a multi-level marketing affiliate structure, but it still is an affiliate system. And so when the timing's right and the company is right and the opportunity is right and everything fits, I'll know, and I might jump back in. But I'll never go back in doing what I used to do. So it's kind of funny. I kind of started like studying internet marketing to build my network marketing business with it, and then I kind of just ventured off of network marketing and decided to just stick to internet marketing, affiliate marketing, because the company that I was with at the time when I was trying to search for online strategies was very. I remember I actually got into a fight with my upline because I wanted to go and do things this way, and he was like, "No, you can't do that. You have to do it this way." And so I kind of said, "Okay, well, thanks. We parted ways," and stuck to internet marketing. I realized that you could actually make an income without having to be part of a network marketing company.
Yeah,
Nice.
well,
So wait a minute.
Go ahead.
You can make money without being in a network marketing business. I mean, you talked about affiliate marketing, and maybe some of our viewers and listeners don't know what affiliate marketing is. So can you kind of explain why you've chosen to be with an affiliate marketing company? What are the benefits of that?
Oh, I mean, well, there's a lot. So the main problem that I was facing, that I think a lot of people face in a network marketing company, is that the payout structure was like you get paid once you had a really big team established. And so, that takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of, you have to be able to afford the cash flow, right, of either investing in marketing products that you might need to promote your business, investing in the product or service that you're promoting, getting tools and whatnot. And then so if those commissions aren't large enough coming in, well, then it's hard to stay motivated, right? So affiliate marketing, the difference, I mean, it's just direct. You make a sale, you make a commission, and depending on what type of system you have, you might, like some affiliate systems pay out, small commissions, like 20 to 25% commissions, and some pay out all the way up to 100% commissions on products and services. And so when you're able to kind of do that, and if it syncs up with your opportunity, well, then you can on the front end start making sales and commissions, and then on the back end feed your network marketing business to make commissions down the road, which is kind of like the plan that I was looking at. I decided that there was no fit for me anymore with the network marketing company that I was with, so I decided to focus only on making those front end sales and affiliate marketing. And I mean, we both know with Elite Marketing Pro, there's like very, very big commissions that you can make. So there's, at this present moment, no desire for me to affiliate with a network marketing company as well.
So you talked about affiliate marketing, and you talked about also how you've been able to kind of transition what you've learned. I mean, you went on for network marketing to learn how to market it, in that you learned that internet marketing was its own world and realm, and you started learning how to promote products and services. And I know we've talked previously, and you talk about helping your dad's restaurant in terms of marketing for them. Yeah. So how have the skills that you've learned even transitioned to the off market? So helping a local business get engagement, get people through. I mean, you've talked about how you've run ads for clients, and you've had people walk in the door just based off of ads they've seen on Facebook. So can you talk a little bit about that? Yeah. So marketing is universal, right? It's marketing is I remember I started prior to getting, just actually a little bit after getting lost online, I started trying to find a mentor, and I started reading from a guy by the name of T.R. Becker, his book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and I actually studied with some of his courses. And I remember one of the things that he used to say is, if I could teach only one skill for business and whether it be negotiations or whatever, he said I would teach the skill of marketing, because he said it's the most valuable skill you can have in business, because that's what drives business. And so
I started understanding that, well, I'm learning how to drive traffic from Facebook. There's people on Facebook, and I'm learning how to, like, you know, get a message in front of them and get them to take an action. Well, it's the same principle for a brick and mortar business or a restaurant. You know, there's people that walk in front of the restaurant, and you know, the marketing that he might be doing is, you know, putting out a chalkboard sign and writing, you know, mussels and cold beer, you know, and so people who are walking by might say, oh, you know, I could go for some mussels and some cold beer and some French fries, right? But I mean, hey, you could do that through Facebook, right? And so maybe what I realized is that there's a school right next to, there's a university right next to my dad's restaurant, and so I could actually target students of that school on their Facebook accounts, and so, you know, which is a perfect market for my dad's restaurant because they're right there. But how do you market to them? How do you reach out to them other than a sign in front of this? Oh, well, hey, you know, this Facebook marketing stuff can work in other ways too. So I realized that I could do that, and then I started trying to do it for other people as well. I found the story that you mentioned. The person walking in was an artist that I used to work out with, and she had a really nice gallery, and I walked in and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. More people need to see this. And so we threw an event together and we promoted it on Facebook, and some people that she, out of her town, like, she's part of a suburb of Montreal like I am, and some people from Montreal just came in from the Facebook ads, so it works.
I love it.
Cool.
So I know we're running out of time. We got about 5 minutes, give or take, left, Doug, and I know this is usually right around the time you love asking your infamous question.
I know. I didn't warn Sebastian about this, but we do have one question we ask in every one of our 29-minute interviews that strikes fear into the hearts of normal men. And the question is, you know, tell us something about yourself that no one else has ever heard before.
Something, you know, I know that you warned me about that you were going to ask me this, and I still, like, I really, there's probably a few things, and I'm wondering, like, what I should actually share with you guys. I prefer to share something relevant. So, you know what? I will share that I have once spent. Not many people. I don't think anybody. I mean, very few. Only the people that were there know this. And maybe like a couple of my close friends. But I once spent $5,000 to attend one internet marketing event way back when. It was a 5-day internet marketing boot camp where they just gave us. It was pretty much the 2 years that I spent all condensed into 5 days, because they just threw so many different things at me and then kind of like let me go on my own. So I didn't get so much out of that event other than just being overwhelmed with information and not having any guidance. So I wanted to share that just because I think it's important to know that, you know, getting with the right community or the right types of people around you that can help you focus has been probably one of the biggest keys to me getting results.
Okay.
So I want to touch back real quick on No Excuses, because we've had a lot of people that have come on here, from Nick Hobner to Mark Hobert. We've had, you know, Justin. We've had so many, you know, Diane Hockman come out here, and the one thing they've always said is it's that live event. It's getting to that live event. And you mentioned that No Excuses 5. Was that your first live event for No Excuses? For No Excuses, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was really I was blown away at No Excuses, because, like I just mentioned, I spent $5,000 way back when on this internet marketing boot camp, which, I mean, I got some strategies from, but I didn't get half as much as what I got from No Excuses in terms of tangible results coming out of it. So. So in terms of we've got a couple of people that are in network marketing companies and everything else. Would you say that going to No Excuses in terms of it being a marketing event is a more powerful event? And I'm not discounting going to MLM convention events because those are extremely important also. But just getting to an event that maybe is outside of your company's realm as a network marketer, is that valuable to those that are in that industry, in the internet marketing industry? If that question made sense.
I think Sebastian is frozen up here.
Froze up on us?
Well, that's a first. We've never had a guest do that on us.
He is frozen.
He is frozen, and so I'm guessing that unless he comes back on here quickly, that's probably the end of our 29-minute hangout tonight.
Oh, there he is.
There you go. Okay, you froze up for a minute there. Did you hear Katrina's question?
I think you were asking. I just heard like the beginning part of it. So you asked the question of, is it viable for people in the network marketing space outside of attending their company conventions, right?
Yeah, outside of their company events to attend like a marketing event, like a very generic marketing event, kind of like No Excuses. Is it worth it to them to come to those events?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say it's not just worth it; it's essential because you can get the information from your company telling you what to do, but it's biased information, in my opinion. So it's not necessarily like that there's anything wrong with that, but until you get universal information that is applicable to, that's when you're really going to develop a skill of marketing that can be applied to different industries. And that's where you're really going to develop yourself as a marketer, as opposed to develop yourself as a salesperson for a certain company. I think both are good. Both are important, especially if you're in that space. But I think it's essential to be able to develop that skill of marketing, especially online marketing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is a network marketer, so you're looking at multi-level marketing. It's all about marketing, so learning the skills of marketing, I think, is really important.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're in your own company, it's kind of like you have a small radar screen. When you go to a live event outside of your company, it kind of expands your radar so that you're able to see things beyond just what your company is telling you. So we're running down close to the time of our 29 minutes here. How can people get in touch with you, Sebastian, if they want to get more information from you and learn about what you're doing and if they're interested in learning how to do what you're doing?
You know what? I'm really accessible. Put me on Facebook. Sebastian Assaf. Find me on Facebook, and you know what? Send me a message. Don't be shy. I pretty much, unless you say something really crazy, I will respond.
Okay. So all of your contact information is available on Facebook?
Yeah. I mean, if you search Sebastian Assaf on Facebook, you'll either find my profile or my page, and both I check daily. So.
Okay, great. And that's Sebastian spelled normally, and Assaf is A-S-S-A-F. And do you have your own website?
I do. I have a blog. It's the first three letters of my name, sebassaf.com. That's being built out, but that's why I tell people to connect to me on Facebook, because it's not really really. Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's great. So I really appreciate you being on tonight. I mean, you've given us a lot of great nuggets that people can follow, and so yeah, thank you so much for taking the time. It's amazing how fast 29 minutes goes by, isn't it?
It went by super fast, but thank you guys for having me. It's really an honor to be on here because I see some of the amazing people that you have on these Hangouts, and it's really a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Well, awesome. So Katrina, I'll let you wrap things up for us.
All right, guys. Well, Sebastian, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Doug, it's always a pleasure to hang out with you on these 29-minute Hangouts. Guys, if you enjoyed these 29-minute Hangouts, make sure you like our Google Plus page, Elite Marketing Chefs, and you can also watch all the other replays of our 29-minute Hangouts on iTunes. Just look for the 29-minute Hangout. So thanks, guys, for joining us, and visit us again next week for our next special guest on the 29-minute Hangout.